Oh, hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. Happy Friday, the weekend starts right here on Crafters TV. It's going to be an amazing weekend. There's loads of things coming out for you all weekend, which I am really looking forward to. But I'm also super excited for my whole day today because we don't get to see her here anywhere near as much as we would like. But the lovely Fiona's with me. How are you, Fiona?
Hello, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. This is my first one, which is back since before Christmas.
Wowzers.
So it's lovely to be back. It's lovely to be back here, and we've got loads to show you.
Yeah, we certainly do, but we need to let everyone know. I mean, it was a bit of a miracle that you made it today, really, wasn't it, Fiona?
Was.
I mean, it took me... There's so much snow outside. The house where we stay here is about 7 minutes away from the studio. It took me 45 minutes. Fiona, Superwoman, you made it all the way out from London.
Yeah, I didn't order snow. I have to say, I didn't order snow, so I don't know what's going on out there. But, you know, it was fine until I hit north of Leeds, and then, yes, it was beautifully white, and I'm sure it's lovely to look at, but it's not nice to drive through.
Absolutely. Now, if you've got snow where you are, let us know. Send us in some pictures. Don't forget, this is a masterclass, so it's a really great opportunity for everyone, including myself, to really get in depth, learn some great tips from Fiona, who's going to take us through a collection that I know a lot of you already own. If you don't, there's a great opportunity for you to get your hands on it as well. But of course, we are talking all about the Rose Garden Signature Collection. So I know loads of you already love this. There's a few different ways of you getting hold of this if you don't already own it, and I'm going to take you through those options right now. So what you've got firstly is this wonderful collection. In here you're going to get both of the paper pads and both of the vellum pads as well. Oh yeah, you heard me right. 2 vellum pads in this collection. So this one here is your vellum pad. You've got your beautiful designs in here, and vellum of course has that sort of opacity which really does make it gorgeous and really adds interest to your projects. Now you've got in here 24 sheets of this single-sided vellum as well. Really awesome for adding texture to your different projects.
And you know, beautiful for white work, fantastic for inserts as well. So if you like doing white work with vellum, you can do that. You can actually pick out some of the designs which are on it, but also inserts and wraps. Amazing. It's just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous collection. I mean, just look at that. Imagine that wrapped round your cards, or that as the insert to your card. It's just going to make your cards really look classy. Classy, different, beautiful. They're great for adding extra layers in there as well. And of course, you're getting the big one, and you're getting the little 6x6, and that is stunning.
Yes, absolutely. So you've got 24 pages in the larger one, and then you've also got another 24 pages, same designs in the smaller one. So you're going to get both of those. That's not where that collection ends though. We're then going to give you the 48-page paper pad, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. The paper pads we've just become so famous for here recently at Crafters Companion. This is a gorgeous one, whether you're using it with the collection or you're using it away from the collection, it's completely up to you. And you get the 6x6 as well. So I'm thinking, I know it's already busy on this particular collection, I'm thinking a lot of you own this collection already and will be coming in today to grab hold of it whilst you've got it on that saving. So that is your first collection that we've got for you. Oh, loads of you saying hello. I'll do some shout outs in just a minute. That's the first one we've got for you. The next collection we've got is the metal die collection for you, and these are beautiful, so detailed. This first one is the Rambling Rose. I think this would look beautiful as a stencil as well. Really gorgeous, isn't it? Then you've got the Adorning Lace, which is that one there. I mean, for things like stationery, this is going to be beautiful. You're also receiving in here as well the Climbing Rose. Oh. Isn't it beautiful? The Rose Corner, as well as the Regal Frames.
That one is one of the most useful you can ever have, because you mat and layer that with a sentiment, it's going to look exquisite and it's going to work in so many of your different collections. It's just one of those that you really need to have in your crafty cupboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Work together beautifully together, or separate them out as well. You've got the traditional rose in there, which is great for your flower forming, also great for tissue paper, mulberry papers, those kind of things. You've got your filigree foliage, as well as the fancy Floribunda. I really struggle with that one. And we've got Thinking of You in there as well. You've got 18 elements, 9 different die collections within there for £65 or $87, which is really, really awesome value for money. As a platinum member, £52 or $69.60 if you wanted to get your hands on that, which is fantastic. Right, third bundle. We've got some stamps and some embossing folders for you as well, which are always so, so useful. This here is your happiness blooms. So we're looking at your sentiment stamps here. All really, I say generic sometimes, and you maybe think that sounds like a bad thing, but it isn't, Fiona,
They're
is it?
everyday cards.
Absolutely.
These are the cards, you don't need a specific reason like a birthday or an anniversary to send them. But if you want to send that I'm thinking of you card, just sending you a bit of love, you know, wishing you happiness, or you're the sunshine in my day. These are wonderful cards, anytime sentiments that you can send just to give somebody a lift.
Absolutely. We also then have as well this one here. This is gorgeous rose stamp, which is your Ravishing Rose. We've then also got the Rose Trellis 3D embossing folder, and you're also going to get the Grande Lace embossing folder within there as well. Lots in that one for £23 or $30. However, a 20% saving on that, I want to tell you, we've got more. It gets even better, because what we've also got available to you, if I didn't drop half of it, here we are, is the full collection. Now, I'm going to change the details. I'm also going to explain to you what you are going to get in there as an extra. So what you're then going to receive as well is you're going to receive the luxury cardstock, you're going to receive the flower forming foam, the wax seal, which is so, so much fun, as well as the stamens and the wooden elements as well. I'll show you all of those on the close-up in just a second. So the seal It's just brilliant. I mean, does it get any classier, Fiona, than a wax seal?
It really, really doesn't. And you know, the lovely thing about those wax seals is, imagine you seal your envelopes. Now take a look at this. Take a look at this. So this is a wax seal. So you've used that lovely embossing folder just to deboss the rose, and then you've got that same matching rose on the wax seal. And of course, if you want to highlight that even more, you could be using your gilding wax on that as well. It's absolutely stunning. The detail in it is amazing, and I'm holding it oh so steady. But look at that. Isn't that lovely?
Really
you know,
gorgeous.
You're going to want to open that envelope when it arrives, aren't you? You definitely are going to want to open it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's brilliant.
And then you're also going to get in there as well these wonderful wooden frame and corners too. If you're into your mixed media, you want to incorporate that into your project, absolutely you can. The stamens, the flower forming foam, and the luxury cardstock. Now the price on this, just to sort of talk to you about the price, it is the best price we have ever done it for, just to let you know, on that complete collection, which is fantastic. It says 49 elements. I mean, there's a few more than that in there, I'm sure.
I bet you couldn't even span that collection, could you?
So
It's huge. I bet you couldn't even reach from one side to the other.
We struggled to get it out on this big counter earlier. We're like, well, where are we going to fit it, or where's it going to go? So basically, that price that you can see on your screen represents a saving of $64.78 in the UK, $87.38, which is awesome. However, we know that none of you are going to be paying that, are you? Platinum members today, you save $94.78, which is incredible. It costs you £120 today as a Platinum member.
Wow.
If you are a Platinum member in the US, you're saving $127.78, meaning your today price is $161.60. Also, just to make it even better, everyone's going to get free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling as well. So it's really, really awesome. I need to let you know, such a busy start to this show already. 10% already of that big collection has gone. When the big collection goes, which is a reality, we will offer you the other smaller collections. The thing that is going to go as well that I'm also concerned about is the paper and vellum collection. These are equally busy alongside that big collection. So these will be the first two things to sell out. When they do, then we'll continue to bring you the other elements. And we'll always commit to do all the demonstrate. I say we. Fiona, I'm sure. We'll do 2 hours of demonstrating, whatever happens, which is great. Loads of you are chatting away with us already. I see Roberta's in from Cromwell, Connecticut. A bit different to Cornwall, isn't it? Vida from Texas. Patty's in Michigan. Mary in Wisconsin. Helen's in from Bolton. Debbie says, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Debbie. Tally says it's very foggy in Newark. Kieran is glad that you made it in safely. Can you imagine if Fiona hadn't made it in? What would have happened? Me trying to stick things together.
Joe.
No, absolutely not. We would have to have drafted someone in, I'm sure. Tammy saying hi in Texas. Lots of you chatting away. I know a lot of you already own this collection, and I would love to see some of the things that you've been creating with it. You can do that really easily by sharing your creations by sending to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Josie says, looking forward to this one with you and Fiona. She looks lovely again today. Joe looks great too. Can't leave him out. Thanks for that backhanded compliment, Jose.
Bless. Thank you very much. Still bright and cheery. Bright and cheery. January needs bright and cheery, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? We can channel some summer colours into these long short winter days, I should say. The reaction that we had to this, Fiona, when we launched it was absolutely huge. And I think there's something about, isn't there, roses and florals. They're never going to go out of passion. Ooh, that's a different story. Never going to go out of fashion. They're timeless, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I would describe these as craft cupboard staples. They're those things that you absolutely need. If, to use a cooking analogy, if you have things which you always use in your cooking, you put them in the store cupboard. Well, that's what this collection is to me, because florals and romance and beautiful dyes and incredible cardstock, that's what you need. And, you know, that will turn anything into a piece of art. Now, look at this, because this is a case in point. If you are going for the whole collection today, just take one moment to appreciate that embossing folder, which you're getting in that big collection. It is stunning,
Gorgeous.
is it not? You get your friendship is a blessing. Look how well that paper in the paper pad works with it. And then you've got those beautiful, beautiful, can you see that frame that I was talking about right there is the perfect place for a sentiment. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm just going to pop that there because I want to show you this. If you're wondering, how would I use those wooden frames? How would I use those wooden frames? Or what about doing something like this? I mean, this is a very decadent card because you've used 5 of the 6 of them on there, but don't they work well? Your flower forming foam you're getting. You're also getting your dies to make this. And can you see how that vellum just here adds that little bit of translucency? I don't want to rip it, but I'm just going to try and put my finger just behind it so you can see. It just has that certain elegance to the card. It really, really does.
Could you do like parch crafting with our vellum pads if you wanted to?
Definitely. And in fact, I'm almost sure that somebody said that they'd done it with it and it looked beautiful. Now look at this. Now I love this. Again, look, there is that beautiful, beautiful creator card that you're getting. That is a huge die, by the way. That is a good A6 die. You can see my hands will barely span it, but just that with a bit of the frame just in there, a couple of bits of foliage and some more of that backing paper, again, looks sensational. There are so many different ways you can use it. And again, look at this. So here's that other floral frame. This is the one that cuts in or you can cut out. Look how the seal's been used to hold the sentiment on. Isn't that beautiful? And then when I open it up, you've got those wonderful corners which you're getting as well with that paper. I cannot believe that we are standing here, Joe, in January with a complete, pretty much complete Sarah Signature collection, which we all know we have them and then they're gone, you know, and it really is a when they're gone at such a sensational price, Joe. I really can't believe that we've managed to do that.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome value. And as we said earlier, £120 or £161.60 if you are in the club. It is very, very busy at the start of this show. If you want to place your order and then sit back and relax, I would absolutely urge you to. You can do that by going to our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. You can see on the home screen there, you'll see the Shop the Show button. You can have a look at that. Maybe even have a look a little ahead to our later show as well, which is going to be Colour Me Happy with myself and Fiona, looking at all things aqua, which is going to be loads of fun. I know Fiona always comes through with the techniques, does our Fiona, when it comes to anything sort of colouring and inking. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Any questions that you've got about this collection, anything you want to know from Fiona, you can let me know right now over on Facebook or on YouTube. One of our social media superstars will get your questions into me, so definitely pop them there. A lot of people coming up with suggestions for how you'd use this collection as well. Dawn says great for Valentine's Day. Absolutely great for Valentine's Day. It would be a perfect collection to allow you to work on that. And let's face it, at the moment, lots of us, certainly here in the UK, with a bit of extra time on our hands, let's face it. So I know a lot of you will be getting out, some crafts that you haven't seen for a while. Maybe you're going to be investing into some new bits and bobs. I think you could make a plethora of new projects using
There's a word.
this. Sorry?
There's a word.
There's a word.
That.
You like that one? Plethora. Eh? Yeah. A plethora of new designs and projects that you're going to absolutely love. So it's getting really, really busy. Don't forget, as well as we go through the show, you're going to vote for which is your favourite demo of Fiona's, and it's going to go into our crafty. We called it the Walk of Fame yesterday, but I feel like we need a proper name for it, Fiona.
Yes,
I think
we do. I think suggestions should come in.
Absolutely,
we should have suggestions. It was a bit like the Strictly. They had a caterpillar, didn't they?
A caterpillar.
So we need something along those lines.
We
for
do.
Our fantastic Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so the lineup of the best demos of the week. We need a name for what we call this runway of crafty loveliness. So do let me know over in the comments. Right, I'm going to hand back to Fiona because I know you've got loads, Fiona, that you want to share with us in the next couple of hours.
I really have. So we're going to get started. So we're going to start with a nice simple card, which any of you will be able to do. Now, this is a 10-fold card, and it is approximately 5 by 6. 5 by 6, just there, and it's made of gorgeous Centura pearl. You'll find that on our website. It really is beautiful. I'm also using this fabulous Rambling Rose die. Now, the Rambling Rose die is going to cut all the way where it's got a raised edge here, but not on this edge because there's no raised edge. So, to turn this in, so I'm going to basically have a card which is going to have the most gorgeous rose just on the one edge. So that is going to pop there, and I'm just holding it in place with my low tack tape. I'm also using, I've got a little bit of cardstock here, I'm also using this beautiful, beautiful rose die. So this is a rose corner which you're also getting in there, and again this is a big corner. This is about a 2.5 inch corner.
Awesome.
Each edge, you know, to call it a corner is a bit rude, to be honest, because it is a substantial embellishment die. But anyway, so there we go. I've got those on there. These are all thin metal dies, so you use your frosted plate. We're going to use our magnetic and our other cutting plate. Here we go. You'll notice, by the way, I was very good because it's my first day back, and try to start as I mean to go on. Everything is nice and tidy. So maybe what we should do is just have a side bet on how long it stays like this.
Who's going to mess it up first?
Is it going to be for the whole first hour, or is it just going to descend into chaos within 15 minutes?
Place your bets.
Oh dear. Right, here we go. So now let's just take, now look, these have cut beautifully already. They are absolutely gorgeous, they are. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. I think I'm channeling Craig Revel Hallwood today. I think I must be. Do
you know, I got into Strictly this year for the first time in, I hadn't watched it in about 6 years, Fiona. It was the first time I got into it this year.
Wow.
And I was kind of hooked.
Yes.
I loved it, I must say.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not as much of I'm going to sound like a whinging old man now. I'm not as much of a fan, I must say, of the modern dances they do. I do prefer the weeks when it's more, where they do more classic ones, like the Charleston, the Jive, and all the ballroom ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Now take a look at this. Take a look at, look. In one pass.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. And also that beautiful rose corner.
So delicate, isn't it?
Is stunning. Imagine important birthdays. Sorry, I've held it there. I'll pop it here. So look, important birthdays. You've got Valentine's Day coming up. We've got Mother's Day coming up. All of those things, that would be just perfect for, you know, maybe you can't get out to send someone flowers at the moment. You can certainly send them a card with flowers on.
Absolutely.
Right. Let me pop that.
We were hearing from a lot of people that have been sending more cards just because as well, Fiona,
yes.
Since everything that's been going on over the last sort of year or so. So yeah, maybe you've been spending, because a lot of us not getting to see each other in the same way that we were before, but really lovely. I think just because cards are so nice and so thoughtful, just just to say that you're thinking of someone is really lovely. Some suggestions coming in, Fiona.
Okay.
Melissa says it could be called Card Alley. I'm not sure Card Alley sounds glamorous enough. It sounds like a part of town that you might not want to get stuck in, Card Alley, doesn't it? Don't get downtown.
Do you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? You know, in the fairgrounds, you have those alleys where you shoot down the tin cans at the back of them.
But imagine if they were cards standing there.
All the losers get shot down. Oh, no, that'd be sad,
Card Alley sounds like it would be somewhere near Skid Row to me, but I fancy your suggestion. Bernie says the counter of creativity.
Ooh,
like that one. We like that a lot, Bernie.
Yeah.
And Katie says the Walk of Weekly Wonders.
Oh, now I like
enchanting.
that too. I like that too.
If you have got some suggestions, keep getting them into me over on Facebook or across on YouTube. And remember, you can, of course, send me pictures of your creations as well. I'd love to see those. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you send those. I love this colourway that you've used here.
Isn't it
Fiona.
pretty? And you know, the papers and cardstock that you're getting, if you're going for that big collection, include that linen cardstock and the different cardstocks which are in there as well. We haven't even touched on the planes that you're getting in there. I'm pretty sure you're getting in there. Yes, I can see them from here.
Indeed,
and they are gorgeous.
24 sheets of the luxury mixed
Again,
cardstock.
gorgeous is my word of the week.
Which
Then,
is? Gorgeous.
Is going to be my word of the week.
Oh,
Please don't count how many times I use it, because it will be a lot, because I get a word in my head and that's it.
What was your word of the year last year?
Always
Mine.
fabulous.
Sorry, fabulous.
Always fabulous.
I wonder what they usually let us know, don't they, about this time of
Yes.
year? What words are being added to the dictionary from the year before? I would imagine, well, unprecedented is already in there, so that one's definitely, but that would be, I'd imagine unprecedented, furlough, and a few others were probably added last year. That is gorgeous, Fiona.
How quick and easy was that? How quick and easy was that? Oh, I need to... Do you know, isn't it funny how you don't notice you haven't got something in a straight line until you look at it from a distance, and then you go, oh, there we go. But isn't that just sensational? Look how that paper pack has just picked up that background colour, which I've then used in the rose. I just think that's lovely. Right, I'm going to get ready, Joe. If you've got anything to show people, I'm going to get ready for my next demonstration.
Absolutely. Don't forget as well that you're going to be voting for your favourite of Fiona's demos as we go through the show. A beautiful demonstration that was. You can let me know towards the end of the show, and we'll put it into more suggestions coming in. The CCC Parade, the Creative Crafters Companion Parade.
Oh, like that too.
That's a nice one. Christine says as well, the Gallery of Greatness.
Like that too.
That's also a good one as well. Right. Oh, they're saying that's sorry. They can't have that one. They were trying to do the funnies in my ear. The Gallery of Greatness are obviously, you know, Johnny and Adam sat in the gallery, so that's where the Gallery of Greatness is, apparently, Christine Mahoney's. We can't have that one, I'm afraid. Right, let me move on. I'll remind you of the paper collection that we've got for you, which is going to enable you to grab hold of both of the paper pads in the two different sizes. So what you've got here is you've got your 12 by 12 paper pad, really gorgeous floral designs in here which are awesome, and they're going to work for a load of different occasions, which I think is great. You've got some butterflies in there, some more springtime sort of brighter tones. You've got some more muted styles in there too. There really is a little bit of everything in there, which is awesome. You get 48 sheets of that. It's 12 by 12. Cut that down. I know a lot of people sometimes are put off by 12 by 12 pads, and they don't tend to do larger projects. All you need to see it as is, you know, if you prefer to work in 6 by 6, that's nearly 200 6 by 6 sheets that you get in there, because you're just going to cut it into 4 and you're going to be good to go. Incidentally though, if you do work with both sizes in this collection, you'll also get the 6 by 6 size, same amount of pages, you get the same designs in there as well, just in that different size. And you're also then going to receive as well this. Now, this is something that we've only started really doing very recently in our recent launches, and that is our vellum pads, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Of course, not all vellum is created equally, and these, the quality of this is awesome. It's 150 GSM, but it's got a really lovely opacity to it. So it's great when you want to add some texture or some detail and some depth, but you want to still be able to see through it. It's fantastic. As Fiona was saying earlier, it works great on things like your boxes as well. Again, lots of designs that are going to feature and work beautifully with the rest of the collection. Now, you also get the vellum pad. I believe it's the first time we did the vellum pad in the 6 by 6 in this collection. So you're going to get the vellum pad in the 6 by 6 and the 12 by 12, and you're going to get that paper pad there as well in the 6 by 6 and the 12 by 12. £45 or $66 if you want to get your hands on that. £36 or $52.80 as a platinum member if you want to get your hands on those as well. Something else that's really busy is the flower forming foam. on its own. A quarter of the stock individually of the flower forming foam has sold out and gone. Remember, you do get it in the big collection, of course, if you're going for that. I know a lot of you, though, of course, will already own that big collection. They're now coming back and stocking up on the consumables. I think that's why we're so busy on the papers and also so busy on that flower forming foam now as well. So if you've got your eyes on that, then definitely keep an eye. I'll keep you up to date with the stock. Parade of the Crafty Week, says Ramona. Like that one. I like that a lot. Debbie loved that last card that you made, Fiona. She's going to be making something similar like that a little bit later. So thank you for that. I must also remind you, of course, the best way to get the best value in the show today, as it always is with any of the bigger collections that we bring you, is to go for the whole collection. And do you know what? It's quite rare that we have the whole of a Sarah Signature collection in stock at the same time. So that's always quite handy. And the great thing is that it's all available to you now. The other brilliant thing about it, look how massive it is. Look, all the way down, it goes all the way down here, all the way back up here. It's on a great price. It's the best price we've ever brought it to you, which is awesome. £150. You can get it for £120 as a platinum member in the club. $202 if you're in the US becomes $161.60 if you are a platinum member. Look at the size of it. Look, can't even, we'll get a bit closer. There we go. But look at the size of it. Absolutely loads. Imagine, do you know what? I think the best bit for so many crafts, isn't it? Getting it home, Fiona, getting it out, spreading it all out on the living room floor.
Every single item in there you will absolutely use. You know, you're going to use it with the cardstock, absolutely. But when you've finished all the cardstock and you have made the whole of your range of flowers that you're going to make, you are then going to use it again and again and again. That die collection is exquisite. The stamps are superb. And they are that kind of, as I say, they're the anytime and every time cards that right now, with the world the way it is, whatever side of the pond you're looking at it, we do need to just be a little bit kinder to each other. And I think this is a lovely opportunity. As Joe said, it's very rare we have the whole collection, but what he didn't say is it's even rarer. I can probably count on the fingers of one hand the amount of times I've done a show where we've had the whole collection at a sale price. In fact, I cannot remember the last time I did it. I think it must be going back a good couple of years, Joe.
Absolutely. It's great to get it on such an awesome deal. Club Inspired Platinum members, you're saving $94.78 in the UK or $127.78 in the US. So it's an awesome price. I know most of you out there probably already own it, which is why we have done this masterclass on it, because we want to inspire you to really get the most out of everything that you purchase from us here at Crafters TV and Crafters Companion. And so many of you do own it. Please send us in pictures of what you have made with your collection. Someone that's done that is Kimberly, and she has sent us in this beautiful the card here. I love that one, Fiona, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, she's done that layering, hasn't she? Because that beautiful rose is a layered stamp, and doesn't it make it 3D? It's just jumping straight off the page. It's gorgeous. Really
lovely. This next one got the wax seal and the flower forming foam in there.
Now, I love that. Simply beautiful. Isn't it gorgeous? The really colours work and everything that Kimberly has used in there, I'm pretty sure, maybe apart from the pearls, are in the collection.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Mary has sent us in this. Mary's been doing a bit of parch crafting, as I was saying. The reason I asked that earlier is because Mary actually sent me the most beautiful Christmas card, which she'd done a load of parch crafting on the front of, which was gorgeous. How lovely is that?
Oh, that is just stunning, isn't it? And that rose looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I love the paper piecing on that as well.
Yeah. Also, Kathy sent us a picture of the weather in Kentucky. The weather is very different here. Can we get a picture, actually, of what it looks like outside? We'll have to... I've got a video of it snowing earlier today. I'll send it to producer Johnny and see if we can,
yes, that would
show
be
it
good.
to you. It was... Honestly, it's like comedy snow out there, isn't it, Fiona?
It really is.
It must be this deep in places.
Yeah, and it's like nobody ordered it. I'm sorry, it's the UK. Nobody ordered snow in January. Anyway.
I got up this morning as well, and because obviously if it's really snowing, you think, well, I'm going to leave really early for work, don't you?
Yeah.
But I was getting ready at home, hadn't opened the blinds, and it was about 5 minutes before I'd normally leave for work. I opened the blind and saw it and was like...
Oh, goodness.
Great. Oh, great wasn't the word I used, but I shan't repeat what I said. Keep getting your pictures into us. I'd love to see them. But I know you've got loads more still you want to share with us, Fiona.
I have. And we're going to be using a number of the different dyes. I'll just talk you through the ones I'm going to use, which are in that complete bundle, or you can get them in the dye bundle. So I'm using the Adorning Lace, which is that beautiful edgeable, and you get the 2 corner dies, which makes them so quick and easy to use, and you can see them just there. I'm also using your filigree foliage just there, really useful for anything. And what I love about these is the size of them. They are nice big pieces of foliage to play with. And I'm also using that incredible sentiment, which is the thinking of you sentiment that we've got in the pack. Now, to make my card, what I've done is I've taken, again, this is a 6x5 10th fold, and I've just folded back the front flap. Now this, if you're wondering about the cardstock, is the cherry Centura pearl you'll find on the website.
Beautiful.
Isn't it lovely? Really, really gorgeous. So the first thing we're going to do is take that nice leading edge, that big, big edgeable. And again, like the rose, it's going to cut out this edge and all the fine detail, but it's not going to cut here. So it means I can just pop it on the edge of my card just here, tape it into position, and that is going to cut me a beautiful edge. At the same time, if I can find my cardstock, I'm just going to cut myself a thinking of you.
Oh,
from
you know how I feel about a bit of glitter card.
I know. Is it a favourite, Joe?
Oh, I just can't get enough of it. I just honestly can't get enough of it.
Oh,
I know you guys at home absolutely love it as well. A lot of people talking about the vellum. Terry Tom asks, is it opaque or translucent? Would you describe it, Fiona?
I would say more translucent. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get Joe to stick his hand behind one sheet, and then you can decide, because I would call it translucent, but I wouldn't want to describe it as something that maybe you don't want. So I would say you can see your hand through that, Joe. So I would say that is translucent rather than opaque.
It is,
but it's that. There you go.
I did talk about it having a good. It's translucent, but quite opaque at the same time, is how I describe it.
Yes.
Which really doesn't help, does it? But
anyway, at least we've shown you now. I can't remember who the lady was who
Tom was asking. Terry, sorry. Terry Tom.
Right, Terry. Hopefully that's answered your question, and you've seen how translucent or opaque it is. I would call it translucent, but you know. Potato.
You can see through it, but it's quite opaque at the same time.
If it were a bathroom window, you'd be okay behind it, wouldn't you?
What I can confirm is it is absolutely blooming beautiful, and I know you're going to love it. That's that. Yvonne says as well about the runway behind me, the Hall of Happiness, which I like.
Oh, I like that one too. Yes, definitely. Right, okay, so I have run my dies through here. Let me just remove my low-tack tape. Now, the other thing I love about this is our non-shed glitter card you'll find. I'm going to lie that down there because, in fact, that gives you a beautiful view of it. It's even got the veins in there as well. So now, what we're going to do, where did I put the little brush? Now, look how beautifully these dies cut. Now, that has only gone through once. I haven't done anything fancy with it. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Oh my, isn't that
really
it's
lovely.
So fine, so lovely. And remember, that's glitter card that's gone through as well. So if you can get a superb look like that, you are definitely going to have fun. So there's those 2 bits, and now one of my favorite bits to do. Look at this. Oh my word. Oh my word.
This is really awesome.
Look at that.
You can use that end piece there for so many different things, can't you?
You absolutely can. Take a look at that. Look.
Beautiful.
That is so elegant, is it not?
Yeah, it's almost got a little bit
gorgeous.
Bit of an Art Deco vibe about it at the same time, don't you think?
What I'm thinking, yes, definitely. I also think it looks a little bit like a tiara.
It does, doesn't it?
So I'm thinking if you've got little girls or little boys who want to wear tiaras, anybody who wants to wear a tiara, cut it out of something like mirror card. You can make little paper crowns for people, can't you?
Gorgeous.
And who doesn't want a tiara?
Every queen needs a crown.
Everybody wants a, yes. Right, okay, so I'm going to move on. I was getting myself right in the hole there. I'm going to stop talking right now. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to show you what I've done, because it will save me cleaning that die and having to do it. So you remember I had the card, which was folded like this. I've cut that leading edge. So if I bring this one in, you can see I've cut the leading edge. And then I've turned it round and I've cut the other side just there. There
Beautiful.
we go. So now really it's the whole thing becomes about decorating, and this is what we love. So first off, dotty tape pens, you will definitely find these on our website. They are definitely a thing that if you don't have them, you need to have a look for them.
Yes, do go and have a look. They are in stock over on
Good.
the website.
I should have checked that first before I mentioned them, shouldn't I?
No, they are there.
But
don't
there
you
we
worry.
go. There we go. I had faith. Because what it does is it sticks all that beautiful decoration down, but you can't see any glue bits in between. And then what we're going to do is we are going to do the other side as well. And that is going to sit just on this side here. So again, there we go. Just
Very,
there.
very busy on that big collection. I'm going to run you back through. Absolutely everything after this demonstration of Fiona's.
Wow.
Almost a fifth of the stock has gone though. Very, very busy start
my word.
to our Friday, and the US hasn't even woken up yet. What's the time? Do you know what's happened, Fiona?
What's happened?
My wall of clocks have gone. There's no wall of clocks in the studio. I think maybe we need to get some sort of like above the door over there somewhere where you can't see them.
Well, yes.
Because I mean, I don't even know what time zone I'm in now without those clocks there. I think it's 8:38 on the East Coast at the moment, which means it will be 5:38 on the West Coast. So yes, good morning, America. But once America wakes up, it's going to be so busy, so busy.
Absolutely. You're not going to miss out on something like this, because the thing is, it is one of those when it's gone, it's gone. And when you've got something which is as beautiful as this, and it really is stunning, look at this. So I've used that frame, which you are also getting. Can you see how that works beautifully? The paper is from the 6x6 card pack. And again, that slightly smaller print just works so beautifully well. Then I'm going to use my hot glue gun just to stick my flower in place. And
why hot glue in that place? Because I mean, hot glue is something that don't really see people use a lot of these days, Fiona. But it's great for certain things, is what I'm told.
Yes. 3D embellishments, and you see what I'm going to do is I've made myself a little flower. And because that is quite a deep embellishment, I want the glue just to hold that in place. And hot glue gives you that. It's a bit like Collal 3D, but without having to wait forever and a day.
Okay.
Basically, it's just really useful to have. And then what we're going to do is, again, we're going to use our beautiful... Now, actually, do you know what? I'm going to use my wet glue. Because, now tell me how this gallery of greatness, or whatever it is, whatever we're calling it, card collection, it works. One card is chosen from each show.
Every day, every show, we pick a winner, and it goes out here.
Yeah.
And then something happens on Sunday.
Okay. And we're not saying.
On Sunday, what happens is we run through, on Second Chance Sunday, it's myself with Debbie Fisher this Sunday. We look back through all of our favourite demos of the week and have a little look back at all the shows of the week as well, and go through all the products too. So, and then we pick a winner for the whole week, I think, whatever your favourite one is of the entire week. So, yes, we're going to... see how it goes. Sarah thinks, Sarah, not like Sarah to be competitive, is it? But Sarah says that maybe we could have a craft expert of the week as well. So that is beautiful.
Look. Isn't it pretty? So again, that's our second one made.
Really, really lovely. I love as well how you've got that the plaque and also the dovetail, as I'm calling it. I love how I'm just making up my own words for all of these products now.
Fantastic. Why not?
How they are very similar, but they don't clash. They work so beautifully
They really
together
do.
at
They
the same
really
time.
do.
And I think that is testament to our product designers and how, you know, well designed all of these collections are that we bring you here at Crafts Companion. Remember, it's all about being designed by crafters for crafters. Let's run through the different ways that you can get your hands on this collection. So we've got firstly that pad collection for you. Now in there you're going to get 24 sheets of this gorgeous 150 GSM vellum. So you've got that pad in there. This is in the 12 by 12 size. You're also going to receive it in the 6 by 6 size as well. So you're going to get that in the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6. You're then going to receive the paper pad. Oh, it's a good one. The great thing about this is, yes, you're going to use it beautifully with the collection that you have. It's going to work beautifully with other stuff already in your stash. It may be even from other brands. It's a really sort of versatile paper pad with some very bold and bright colours, some muted tones, some more vintage chic tones in there as well. Something that's going to work with everything. You're going to get that in the 12 by 12 and the 6 by 6. If you want to get those 4 pads together, £45 or $66 there is your price. If you are in the club and are a platinum member, £36 or $52.80 will be your price. Now, we also have a metal die collection for you on the show. I love this collection. You've got 9 dies in here. Now, the first one here is your Rambling Rose. What a gorgeous creator card. If you wanted to make a really simple card, I mean, cut that, pop that onto something like some mirror or some matte mirror, maybe even a little bit of glitter card, pop a sentiment on there. What a beautiful card, done and ready to go. So you're going to get that one included, which is awesome. You're also getting the adorning lace. Now the adorning lace is what you just saw Fiona using a moment ago. Now you've got those corners in there as well as that lovely end piece. I don't know why, Fiona, as well. I see stationery for some reason when I look at this.
Yes, definitely. Wedding stationery, but even using that die on an envelope edge.
Yes.
Wouldn't that look beautiful? That would really... That would be the one that somebody would pick up off the doormat, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
It'd be the first one. And if it had a wax seal on it as well. Oh, gorgeous. You're also going to get the Rambling Rose in here, which is that wonderful edgeable, sort of floral edgeable, which is fantastic. The corner, we think it undersells it calling it a corner, but it is your rose corner. This one here I love because these to me are like sort of super fancy nesting dies. Is how I see these, and I can imagine you using these across lots of your different scrapbook projects as well as card making. Then what you've got here is your traditional rose, as you can see. Now this is going to be great for using with your flowers, your flower forming foam, which is going to be included of course if you're going for the larger collection, but also think about using this for paper and cardstock too. We've got some foliage in here for you. The filigree foliage is coming in there. Which is that one just there, as well as the fanciful, I knew I was going to get it wrong, the fanciful Florabunda, which is this one. Do you know why? Because I want to say cowabunga, like the Ninja Turtles. That's why in my head I'm saying, don't say cowabunga, don't say cowabunga. Florabunda, cowabunga, whatever you want to call it. It's gorgeous.
It would be an amazing turtle shell.
It would, didn't it? Yeah, really, really beautiful. Then you've also got in here as well that Thinking of You die. Now, if you want to get the dies together, you can. Platinum members, £52 or $69.60 if you want to get that element on its own. Right, all of this, by the way, is in the main collection, which I'm going to share with you the details of with you again in just a moment. We also have a stamp and embossing collection for you too. So you've got this one just here, which is brilliant. This is your Happiness Blooms. You're also going to get the Ravishing Rose, which is that one just there, as you can see, which is a gorgeous layering stamp. It's going to give you loads of dimension and texture. You've then got your embossing folders. So you're going to get the Rose Trellis, which is a gorgeous 3D embossing folder, and another 3D embossing folder, which is your Grande Lace. If you want to grab that as a smaller collection, those 4 elements, you can, £23 or $30 if you want to get hold of those. $18.40 if you're a platinum member, or $24, which is brilliant. However, I think if you haven't got this collection already, you're going to say to yourself, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for the lot. Now, what you're going to get included extra as well, if you're going for all of it, is you're going to receive the flower forming foam, which is fantastic. You're also going to get the luxury card pack as well, which I'm going to show you over here in a bit more detail. All, of course, colour matched and toned to work beautifully with the entire collection. So you're going to get that in there. 24 sheets of cardstock you've got in there, which is fantastic. You've then got this bit, which I just think is genius, and it is that wax seal. So if you want to create something very, very elegant, very sophisticated, then you can do a wax seal on the back of your envelopes. You've also got two designs in there as well. So you've got the floral design, and then you've got that, I want to call it fleur de lis. That's what I was going to go for. I always get fleur de lis, and there's another one which is similar. Confused. I can't
Righty-ho.
Yeah. It'll come to me, Fiona. It'll come to me. I'll go knocking on Fiona's bedroom door in the middle of the night. I remembered it. You're also going to get, I promise I won't, by the way. We're going to give you some wooden elements in there as well. So you've got the wooden frames and corners coming in there, as well as the stamens for the flower forming foam element. I'll just grab you that flower forming foam so you can see the colours on that. You can see that just there. Now, the great thing is about this collection is it is at its best ever price, which is fantastic. So everyone at the price you can see on your screen, £150 or $202, which, let's face it, no one's paying that because everyone's going to get a bit of discount on top. The saving is $64.78 in the UK or $87.38 in the US. However, platinum members in the UK today can get this whole collection for £120. That's a saving of £94.78, which is not to be sniffed at, is it? It's a lot of money on what is a very recently launched Sarah Signature collection as well. If you're a US Platinum member, $161.60, that saves you $127, 78 cents. So you're saving a lot whether you are this side of the pond or that side of the pond. The other great thing as well about going for the larger collections, unlike the smaller collections, we're going to give you free shipping and handling on this as well. So we're going to send it out to each and every one of you totally free of charge, which is awesome wherever you are. So I think if you've been waiting and you've been thinking, do you know what? I'm just hearing a quarter of the stock now actually sold out and gone. I think a lot of people maybe will have had some money for Christmas, Fiona, and been thinking, oh, do you know what, I'll wait for a great deal, in the new year. When it comes to signature, Sarah Signature, good deals don't get any much gooder than this, do they?
They really don't. And the thing is, when you get a complete collection like this, the thing that Sarah does excellently is that she will put everything together so that it works beautifully. This card is a case in point. Take a look at this. Everything you see on this card, it comes from the kit, apart from the white cardstock. So you have got this beautiful paper pad, that's the 6x6. This cardstock is in the collection. This die, this foam, these stamens, this beautiful leaf decoration is in there. Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to have to add your own twine, your own bit of string. But also the wax seal there in the collection. This beautiful torn wrap, which you can just see there, that is a piece of that gorgeous vellum. And then even the sentiment and the stamp, the with love, everything to make a card that's stunning again and again and again is in that collection. And that's why collections are so good, because you know the minute you get it home, you're not going to be scrabbling around to try and find something which is the exact right shade of green to match that florals, because you've got it in that luxury card pack which is coming with the collection. It is extraordinary. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great collection. I was so busy when we launched. It continues to be really busy now. What I want to do is give you a heads up of some of the other stuff on the show that is also proving very busy. Is the flower forming foam for you. 23 sheets total in here. What I love about this collection is that you've got 7 sheets of the white there, so you can add colour to that, making any colour you wish. $15.98 or $19.90. That's saving a quarter on that one. We've also got the tools and foam that you need there, flower forming tools and foam. What you've got in here is the petal distress tool and the ball tools as well, $14.99 or $19.95. Yes, they are very large, the ball tools that you've got as well, because you need to get nice shapes on those big flowers. So it's quite different to maybe parchment tools that you might have. You've also got the round blending tool with the 10-piece refills as well, if you want to go for those, $6.50 or £8. We've also got the square ones as well. Do you know what makes me, do you know why I think it's funny this? It makes me laugh. Because the square one is actually rectangle.
Yes.
It's not square. We call it square, but
Yes.
it's not square. It's actually rectangle.
Yes.
$6.50 or $8 if you want to go for those. UK as well. You know, you just saw Fiona using hot glue there. If you want to get some glue sticks, it is UK only. We can't ship these to the US at the moment. $4.47 is your price. You're buying 3 and you are getting 1 free, which is awesome. And we also then have the some Call-Out all-purpose and 3D glue gel duo, $4.49 or $7.95. Now, Craig's favourite next, £19 or $29.50 is your price on those ones. And you can see you've got a whole plethora of different size foam pads there for £19 or $29.50. Right, over to Fiona. Fiona has located the ball tools. They are very different in size, aren't they, to like a parchment tool?
They absolutely are. So what you'll see is you get 3 in there and you're going to get your foam, which is useful. So it goes from yay diddy one to yay big one. Okay, and all the sizes in between. Now I'm reliably informed by the packet that that is 0.75. 0.75 of an inch, and that is 0.65. Now, I've just measured that on my little mat here to get a rough idea of diameter, and the rough idea of diameter of that biggest one, you would need a 3/4 of an inch square of card to use that. There you go. So, if balls of various sizes are your thing, we've got them. Right, shall I carry on?
Yes, please carry on, Fiona.
Shall I
you
carry
have
on?
made my
Okay.
weekend, Fiona. I'm sorry. We are so childish here at Crafters TV.
Right.
So childish. It's the snow outside. It's making us giddy, Fiona.
They've been having snowball fights, I mean, and everything. I'm fully expecting a snowman out there by the time we leave. Now, I want to touch on this beautiful wax seal. So this is how it comes. It comes in a little container. You get 2 sticks of the sealing wax. You get 2 of these brass stamps, and you get the handle. That just screws on there. There we are, that's done. So I'm going to use this pink one. Now, you can use wax seals in a number of different ways. You can use them, as I've said, you can use them to seal things, surprise, surprise, like envelopes, or you can use them as decorations. So you can see they've been used in 2 different ways. Just so I'm going to move that so that you can actually see it. There we go. But if you're going to use them as a decoration, you may not want to do it straight onto your project. But what you can do is you can use one of your non-stick craft sheets to drop the wax onto, and then when it's set, you can peel it off. So, in case you've not seen wax seals before, this is super easy and super fun to do. Now, what
I hope someone's turned the fire alarms off.
Do you know, I didn't even ask about that.
Can you imagine? The sprinkler's going off now,
Well, do you know
Fiona.
what? If it starts to get a bit loud, I'll blow it out.
I'm sure
Or
we'll be
start
fine.
singing Happy Birthday or something.
Which we can sing now, you know, because it's
Yes.
the copyright has lapsed apparently, so we can sing it now.
Yes.
We won't get charged, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll see what I'm doing is I'm just angling that flame. You don't need a huge big flame. I'm just angling the flame so that I get just a steady stream, hopefully, of the wax.
Properties-wise to it. It's not a normal candle, is it, this,
It's
Fiona?
not.
It's very different. Because a normal candle, of course, would, if you tilted it like this, it would drip very...
Yeah.
The viscosity of the wax is totally different, isn't it?
It really, really is. And you know, the thing is with that, once you've got that handle, the little, in my experience, those little stamping heads are much of a muchness in terms of size, and you can often get those separately. What I love about this wax is it's almost got like a glitter to it. There's almost a glitter in the wax itself that you'll see. Now, is my flame still going? Just about, I think. Yes,
Do you know, I I had one of those life question moments the other day, Fiona.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help me with it. I've got two massive church pillar candles in my windows at home in the living room. I've been burning them all over Christmas, and because I've been home so much, they've actually gone down quite a lot. And I just thought to myself, when you burn a candle, where does it go?
Do you know what? That's a jolly good question. Especially these days when you get the non-drip ones, it's like they just disappear.
This
don't
doesn't
they?
drip. This one just sort of, you know, falls in on itself a little bit as it goes down. But I thought to myself, they were like this big, now they're this big. Where do they go? Let us know. Answers on a postcard. By postcard, I mean on Facebook or YouTube. I'm sure someone out there will know, Fiona.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't got a clue. But now look, can you see? So I've got a goodly blob of wax going on there. So let me just blow that out and pop it over there in case it needs to take a moment. Then you're going to take your seal and press into it and just hold it there. You let the weight of it, the reason you've got brass stamps on there and the handle is because the weight of it is what impresses the little rose or whichever one you're using into it. And then, there we go.
Awesome.
Perfect.
How gorgeous is that?
Perfect rose embellishment. And then if you do it on something like this, it doesn't take long. You can just peel it away. That's ready to stick on your project. Isn't it clever?
Really clever. Love the idea of using it as decoration as well as it being functional as well. I think it's a great shout.
Absolutely. And you saw how much I used from that stick as well. So you're going to get loads of wax seals out of that before you need to replenish it. And the sealing wax is very easy to come by. I just think they're great.
There was a company I saw advertised on Instagram. You know, you see ads and stuff on Instagram, and they were making. It was basically they would put your initials on a wax seal, and you got some of the wax with it as well. And they were so expensive. It really was expensive. So it's great that you've got that in there for you. If you do want to go for it on its own, the wax seal kit is available individually on the website, $14.99 or $16.95 if you wanted to get your hands on it individually. You're more than welcome to. There you can see price details there on your screen. Very busy on that big collection though, remember. That is definitely without a doubt the star of the show. Easy to see why when you get so much in here. Almost a quarter of the stock gone. Remember, you're going to get the two paper pads, the vellum pad and the paper pad, I should say, 6x6 and 12x12. You're going to get all of those awesome dies, the wax seal kit, you've got the luxury cardstock in here, you've also got that fabulous flower forming foam. Here's all 9 dies in there for you too, and you're going to get as well the embossing folders and the stamps, as well as the stamens and the wooden elements as well. It's an awesome collection. It was so incredibly busy when we launched it and continues to be busy now. £120 or £161.60 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. Everyone is getting free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling on this, which is also awesome. Right. Sean says, Joe, you make me laugh so much about your reactions. I'm just very childish. I have to apologise. Sonia says, I have this mega collection, and if some of y'all don't have it, you would love it. Stephen says, got this collection. Get this collection in your basket. It's well worth the money. The cards come out looking very expensive. This is currently my go-to collection. Love it. You won't be disappointed. Helen says, Judy says that the collection is so beautiful. Lots of you talking about how much you love this collection, how much you've been using it as well. Don't forget that towards the end of this second hour, you'll be able to vote on what your favourite demonstration was so far in the show for, I feel like we're going to have to maybe pick a name as well by the end of the show, to go on to our Crafty Hall of Fame ahead of Second Chance Sunday with myself and Debbie Fisher. Oh, I can see something fabulous coming up next.
I'm making a play for that, Sarah Davis. I'm making a play because this is going to be my next demonstration. So don't just think about using this collection for cards. This is a piece of home decor. It's in an 8x8 box frame. You can pick these up usually at any of the supermarkets, or, you know, very easy to come by. Transformed with some beautiful foam flowers, wonderful embellishments made from the dies as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to have a go at making that. Is that okay?
Brilliant. I'm
Right.
really looking forward to this. Aisha says, I love Fiona. She so makes me want to sit down with her and have a cup of tea. Her voice is so comforting. Am I the only one who thinks like that? Absolutely not. Definitely tea for you, maybe coffee for Fiona though, I'm thinking.
Definitely a coffee addict me.
Absolutely.
I dropped me little that's okay.
You lost your Ujumi flip, are you alright?
I've not lost it, I've dropped it, but I'll find it later on, it's fine.
Okie doke. Don't forget, keep sending your pictures in to us as well. We love seeing things that you've been making, things you've been creating. Rachel, talking on the wax conundrum front, Fiona, says candle wax blends with the air in the room, makes everything oily. And apparently that's why some asthmatic people don't like burning candles inside.
Oh, is that why some people use soy wax and things like that?
Yeah, so that's what it must be. I presume that it must have evaporate in some description, but yeah, I'm not clever enough. Some things I try not to think about, Fiona, because they make my head hurt, like the internet and the universe and anything that's just, is difficult to understand.
Yeah.
I just stick to, metal dies and cardstock and just having a giggle on Facebook, and they're all things that I can understand, glitter cards and crochet, and I'm happy with that.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, here, this is what we're going to use next. So you can see I have got 2 pieces of foam. I wanted just to take you a moment. I have made the flowers in advance. 2 reasons for that. 1, I wanted to get more demonstrations in them. 2, I know that Craig, who is Foam Flower King Extraordinaire, has got an incredible craft house with flower forming foam, and he's just stunning. So
he's
this
out
is
there
about
prepping
getting
it now, just outside the studio.
Brilliant. Well, he is just so good. Now, but I just wanted to show you, because you might be mistaken when we show you the little sample swatches. This flower forming foam is 12 inches by 9 inches each sheet. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is the one from the kit, and then I'm also using the white, which is that extra one, which comes, and they will work beautifully well, and they're both the same size, which is fantastic. Okay, so we are also going to be using the adorning lace corners that you've seen already today. That's the die set I'm using, which is coming in that major bundle, and that beautiful regal frames, which we've already established I love. So you can tell I love it. Look at this. I've still got bits from another project where I did it at home. Now, please, right, we're just going to give those now, I don't normally tap my dies like this, but if you ever are tempted to do it, do make sure you're banging the back of the die, not the front, because the front is the cutting edge. So make sure you're
are these yours, or are you able to blame someone else for?
Yeah, no, these are mine, and I just didn't clean them out last time I used them.
We can still blame Debbie Robinson if you want, because that's my go-to. That's Debbie or Sarah are my go-to people to blame dirty dies on.
Ah, right, but no, I have to say this is totally down to me, because I used them last time and I didn't clean them out.
So Susan says that you remind her of a Disney fairy godmother. How lovely is that?
Oh.
She says, love her cheerfulness. I just love
Crafty
Fiona,
godmother.
says Susan. Yeah, crafty godmother. How awesome is that? And Christine also saying how much she loves this shadow box idea. So lots of people eagle-eyed. I think we'll be seeing a lot of recreations of this one, Fiona.
But that's brilliant, isn't it? So you can see what I've got is I've got my corners here. So I'm just going to cut those at the same time. Get away, piece of die. There we go. There we go. That is going to pop there. Those 2 can be held in place with that bit. That's fine.
Curin saying Fiona for the win with the shadow box as well. I think you know.
Well, you don't know. You haven't seen what Craig's going to do to make the flowers tomorrow as well.
I feel like this could get ugly, you know. I feel like there could be,
really competitive.
Fisticuffs at dawn on a Sunday in here. Whoever has ended up having to choose them. No, it is a bit fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm here today and tomorrow. I've got shows I've got shows today, and I've got 1 show tomorrow. But then I'm not back till February. So by that time, once that's all actually gone through, they'll have forgotten. So yeah, if you want to vote for the shadow box, it's fine by me.
You need a crafty win early on then, is that what you're saying, Fiona? To get in before you're back in February.
I definitely
I like your thinking.
Right, okay, let me just pop that out. Right, stop pushing it, Fiona. I'll tell you what I've done. I haven't caught the edge of that die with the machine. So that's going to pop out. I'm going to make sure. Right.
They are so delicate, aren't they, in
They
detail?
are.
I guess you just need a little bit of time when you're getting them out.
Right. I don't want to push it, but I've also taken out most of the die because otherwise I'd have just run it through again. So I'm just going to use my fingers just to manipulate it because it's a tiny little hanging
Just a
trap.
little
That's
notch.
all it is.
Hello.
Right, there we go. Phew. Cardstock. Cardstock clearly had a bobble in it. We'll blame it on that. Sometimes
let's blame
in
Debbie
the
Robinson.
manufacturing it has like a, yeah.
Let's blame
Gosh,
Debbie
no,
Robinson.
no, I haven't even seen her this year. That would be mean.
I haven't seen Debbie with a wife for ages. I'm sure she's doing good though. I texted her the other day. She said she had a lovely Christmas, so I'm
good.
sure we'll see her back here on Crafters TV very, very soon.
Okay.
And she's also got a new bundle of joy in her life,
She
hasn't she?
has,
Her
she
little
has.
grandson who's been born. I believe Ezra they called him.
What a
gorgeous
lovely name.
Really
What
lovely.
a lovely name. Okay, let me pop those out the way and let's just knock that bit out as well. So here we go. These are the bits which I've cut so you can see. So you've got the two frames just here, the beautiful detail that you've got going round, and then we've also cut two of these gorgeous corners, and you need 4 of these for this project. So that's the die cutting done. So let me grab the frame, because this is all about the decoration. It really, really is. So you can see what I've done is I have created a load of flowers, and this is what you use those tools for. So once you heat them up, what you do is you use the tool just to stretch the foam like that. So if you haven't got those tools, grab them, because of course you're getting this beautiful dusky pink flower forming foam and the stamens in with the kit, and that's just a little bit of cardstock from the 12 by 12 pad. So it's super, super easy. Now, when you are making something like this, my suggestion would be pop your sentiment where you want it to be first. So I'm going to use some glue to pop that in. Should I take that out of the frame and do? Yeah, okay. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to take it out of the frame so you can see what I'm doing more easily, and then we will put the frame back together again. So we're just going to have a quick piece of glue on the back there, and I've just got tacky glue in here which I've just put in a little pot, so that is going to stick onto the
Will
onto
says,
the right
wait,
side of it.
what, you mean Fiona isn't a fairy godmother already? Well, she is now, Will, she is now.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. I quite fancy being able to do magic. I think that would be quite a good skill to have, you know.
If you had a superpower, what would it be then, Fiona?
Yeah, I think it would be the ability to do magic. I rather fancy myself as a kind of Luna Lovegood of the crafting world, you know, from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she and I probably share the same traits in being organised, I imagine. I suspect we're both slightly otherworldly most of the time. How's that a nice way to put it?
Mine would definitely be, Fiona, invisibility, because I am so nosy. I honestly am. I am the nosiest person that you'll meet, and I love nothing more than getting my nose in other people's business. So I would
You're
just
so honest, Joe.
I'd just be able to go everywhere and hear what everyone was saying about everything and everyone. I would absolutely love that. How about in the gallery? What would your superpowers be? Johnny, what would yours be? Never having to leave the pub, he says, would be his superpower. Other than that, being able to fly was his. What about Adam's? What's yours? He'd live forever. That'd be a superpower.
Ooh.
That's quite a good one.
Indeed, it is.
I mean, there's certain things I'd love to do forever, but certain things I definitely wouldn't love to do forever. So I guess it's a balance. Let me know at home what your superpower would be.
Yes.
Rachel saying we're so much fun presenting together. Well, thank you, Rachel. That is very, very kind of you to say so. And this coming along beautifully, Fiona.
Yes.
I definitely think it's a foregone conclusion that this is going to be a demonstration of this show, you know.
I hope so. I hope so. Now, what I would say is when you're doing flowers like this, what you're trying to do is to create a triangle. So imagine there's a triangle there. So I'm trying to create a triangle. So if you've not done flower arranging, and I'm sure lots of you will, but when you're doing decoration like this, what you're trying to do is to create this triangle. So sometimes it's easier to actually map it out using your foliage first and then build your design
I
on
did
top
a
of it.
wreath making workshop in December.
And is that what they said?
Fiona, yeah, absolutely they did. But I just wasn't very good at it, I'll be honest with you.
No.
There was a photo going around. There's some pictures on my Facebook actually. Go and have a look if you want. I thought it was a fresh flower wreath, Christmas wreath making workshop. It wasn't. It was a dried flower one. So I don't know, dried flowers, it didn't work very well. So anyway, I think dried flowers, the idea is you could keep it year on year.
Yeah.
It is no longer in my... I don't have it anymore, let's put it this
Oh,
way. There'll be a different one
Joe.
coming next year. But yes, it was quite difficult. And I would imagine that foam flowers, probably a little easier than arranging real flowers.
Absolutely, because of course you can choose the colour and you've got so many different colour choices in that beautiful collection. You know automatically that they are going to work with the paper. So I haven't got to worry that that beautiful pink in my background paper isn't going to be picked up with my rose, because I know it is. You know, I could even put my little seal that I popped in there just down here, and it also helps to hide that little glob of glue. So there we go. That all sits there. Now, this is what happens when you use hot glue. You can then get to work with it nice and quickly. So that's really handy. So that goes in there. But the minute, this could be, of course, this could be a picture frame. This could be a card frame, because the minute, look at this, the minute you pop your frame around.
Beautiful.
Like that. There we go. Let's just pop the frame in. There we are. Can you see? Look at that.
Really
Now,
gorgeous.
what I will do is I will finish off and I'll put my bows on, but just to bring this one in so that we might get even more demonstrations in, I'll just bring this one in so you can see that's where we're going. So I've just got to add my corners and add my bow.
Really lovely and great. I think if you, because of course, Fiona, the great thing is with us here at Crafts Companion, if you're making to sell, you're absolutely more than welcome to, which is awesome. So if you were making those, I reckon you could make some of those up quite quickly and inexpensively and sell them. I imagine, you know, I suppose you get maybe $15, $20 for those, I would imagine. Let me just run you through one of the options. I want to take you through the die collection that we've got available for you on the show, because it's getting really busy, as well as that big collection now. And there's some really awesome dies within here. So you've got this one here, which is your Rambling Rose, and this is beautiful as a creator card. I think it won't need much behind. Definitely maybe multi-cut that, use it as a stencil as well. I bet things like glitter paste would look gorgeous run through there. We've then got the adorning lace. Lots of different ways of using this. Fiona already used this to make one of her creations a little earlier. Also talked about making envelope backs with these. How about like little purse cards that you want to put removable elements into would be another great way of using it. This next one here is your climbing rose. It's kind of like an edgeable, but with that lovely rose floral design in there. Really beautiful one. The next one here is the rose corner. All of these coming in for this price that you can see there on your screen as well. This one here is your regal frame. So this is a little like nesting dies, but with this one, what you've got are the 3 different sizes. Using them together, all slightly different in detail around the edge of there as well. The next one I've got here for you, this one is your traditional rose. Now, people were asking earlier in the comments, someone did ask, and I forgot to ask you, Fiona, this can be used then for flower forming foam, this one. Can we also use this for regular paper and cardstock as well?
I'm really pleased you asked, because look at this. This has been used, you see these? These are flowers using that dye made from the vellum pack.
Oh, lovely.
Don't they look gorgeous? That really ethereal look. So absolutely, the dyes in here are not just for foam. They can be used with any paper and cardstock, but particularly with the vellum, they're going to look stunning.
Gorgeous. So yes, use it for lots of different mediums. You've also got the foliage dye in here as well, which is fantastic. You're going to get the Floribunda, not the Cowabunga, completely different. And you've also got that Thinking of You dye in there as well. £81.91 is what you should be paying for these. It's £65 today in the UK. However, £52 if you're a platinum member. These should be over $100. $109 is what you'd be looking at if you bought these individually in the US. However, today, $87. But if you are a platinum member, $69.60 is what you will pay for them. Don't forget though, they are included as well in that big collection. So if you are going for the full collection, you're going to get absolutely everything. You're going to get the full dye collection that I just showed you. You're also going to get the 4 paper pads. 4 paper pads in one collection. That is incredible. You're going to get the foam. You're going to get the luxury cardstock. You're going to get all of those dyes that I just shared with you, as well as the embossing folders and the stamps as well. It's all included in there for you, which is absolutely brilliant. £150 or $202 becomes £120 or $161.60 if you are a platinum member. Jodie is someone that went for this previously and has been making some beautiful things with it. That is that Floribunda dye there, isn't it, Fiona? How beautiful is that?
Stunning. Really beautiful, absolutely stunning. Teaming it with just a simple sentiment and those beautiful foam flowers, lovely. That's really nice, Simonette.
Beautiful.
Jodie, isn't it? It's Jodie from Simonette.
Margie's been very, very busy here as well, making some beautiful creations.
I bet Margie's gone for an extra one of those paper pad packs.
Absolutely.
Looking at how many of them she's used there, because I would, because they're stunning, aren't they?
And so that's the vellum pads used there. That's one of our edgeable dyes there on that front one as well, isn't it? So you could bring bits of your...
Well, that's it. You can mix and match, can't you, across the two? And in fact, that frame in the second one, I've got a funny feeling that might have been from a magazine, you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that was with our Crafters Inspiration magazines, because of course we've got another one of those coming up fairly soon.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I believe you're right. Beautiful creations, Margie. Thank you so much. Terry sent this one in as well. Again, another create a card die there, I believe that is, isn't it, in the background?
It just shows how versatile that these can be used, because that's one of our lovely heart shapes that you've got there. And then you've got the frame, which is just the centre of that beautiful ornate frame, and a little flower, which I suspect has been made from the flower dyes that we've got in the rose garden, or something very similar.
Really beautiful, lots of lovely creations, and I love how they're all on a theme, of course, because we're talking florals, we're talking rose, but I love how you've all come up with sort of very individual ways of using them, which is brilliant. A lot of you chatting away. Tammy says, Luna Lovegood is my favourite Harry Potter character ever.
Mine
Go
too.
Ravenclaw, she says.
Yes.
Marilyn says she loves the frame die. She just used it in one of her cards yesterday. Tool Chicky, love that last card as well. Katie, see, we're all here talking about superpowers and being quite selfish with them. Katie wished that empathy would be her superpower.
Oh,
That is a good one.
that's really lovely, Katie.
Really lovely,
I still want to
but
be Luna Lovegood.
You don't get to be Lorna Lovegood, and you don't get to put your nose in other people's business. But we salute you still at the same time.
That's
Mary,
very lovely, Katie.
loving that rambling rose. Jill says the flower box is definitely the winner as far as she's concerned. It's absolutely amazing, so beautiful. Can you tell I like it? I can, Jill. I really can. Stacey says her superpower would be to bring smiles to other people's faces. I'm generally an optimist, and I think there is always something to smile about. What a lovely sentiment for the day.
Haven't we got a lovely bunch of fellow crafters out there? They just make my heart go, oh, every time. I just think they're lovely. It's really nice. It is
really
special.
lovely. Such a lovely bunch. And loads of you still sharing ideas as well. Marilyn saying how much she loves all the vellum pads. One more as well. Sarah Brown says her superpower would be to do a click of the fingers and all the mess would be back where it was meant to be.
Oh, fantastic. Is that Sarah Brown from Australia?
It is Sarah Brown from Australia.
Hello, Sarah Brown from Australia. Happy New Year. Mind you, wouldn't it be lovely if you could click your fingers and go from here to Australia and back again without that really, 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 really long flight in between?
It's so far.
That is a really long flight. I love Australia, but that's a really long flight. Okay. Shall I do another demonstration?
Yes, please. I'm really looking forward to seeing you use this one because I love how you can remove the outer edge on this one, Fiona.
You definitely can. So this is the Fancy Floribunda die, and you'll see straight away it comes in two parts. So if you just use it like that, it's going to cut in to your cardstock. But if you use the outside edge, you can cut it out, or you can make a matten layer to go behind it, which is what I'm going to do. So out of my silver piece of card, so what I thought I'd do now is I'd take the dies collection, assuming that maybe you're just going for the dies, maybe you're just thinking, do you know what? Actually, the bit I really like is the dies. Well, if you're going for just the die collection, what I've done is I've taken completely different, so we've gone out of the collection colours, if you like. So I've taken our lovely, now this is our purple glitter, luxury glitter cardstock that we have on the website if you're looking for it, really smashing. And of course our silver satin mirror card on there as well. So I'm just popping my two pieces of tape on there, and then that is going to pop through. Now chances are that's quite a detailed die, so chances are I may have to emboss that one as well, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I think. Okay, so now that goes there, that goes there, and then this whole lot goes through. Stay where I put you. Thank you.
You love your big Gemini, don't you? I do seem to see you use your big Gemini more often than not.
Well, do you know what it is, Joe? It's because I like to get this bit done really quickly, and I like to get all the bits of die cutting done in one fell swoop. It's just habit, I guess. So I do tend to use it, but it is one of those things that I really didn't get into die cutting until the Gemini came out, because I could never remember things like plate combinations before. But this is so easy because you only have to remember one. So look, this is going to be the perfect matten layer. What I love about as well
the Gemini plates is that they're not big, heavy, clunky plates.
No.
Other systems, the plates are so heavy, aren't they? The big plates sometimes.
They really are. I mean, you've got that perfect. It's about getting the balance right between the combination of precision cutting, which you want. If you're a die cutter, you absolutely want. And you also, do you know, I said I might have to put that through. I'm just talking nonsense, aren't I? Look at this.
Gorgeous.
I am just talking nonsense, because take a look at that. Beautiful. Take a look at how beautifully that has cut in one pass. And that's what I was saying, that perfect mixture of precision. So I can cut a really intricate die through quite a tricky medium to cut. Let's face it, glitter card can sometimes be a bit tricky. But in the Gemini, a detailed die like that, hot knife through butter, absolutely gorgeous. Now, I want to cut that design out because I was using my die to cut my silver matte out. So all I'm going to do now is just match it up, and you can see how easy it is. Look at that. You don't have to do these two bits separately. I'm just doing it because I cut myself that silver matten layer. Awesome.
Sonia says, snooze you lose you old Sonia. I haven't heard from snooze you lose you old Sonia in such a long time. Sonia,
hello.
It's so great to hear from you. She says, I had the rose gold collection, so I wasn't going to buy the rose garden. My mum bought it for me as a gift. I'm so happy she did, because it is great, all in capitals there as well. Lisa says, I also have this collection. It is awesome. Evie,
I would say the rose gold and the rose garden would work beautifully together, Joe, but they are different.
Absolutely.
Just because they've both got the name rose in the title, do not assume they are going to be interchangeable, because they both have their own beautiful bits.
See, I know that the rose gold is called rose gold. It doesn't strike me as a particularly floral collection, though, Fiona. It's very sort of opulent, isn't it? I guess
That's
the
it.
rose garden, but absolutely the rose gold tree. But absolutely, you could mix and match the rose garden with them. I would say there's very few, and I don't know if you'd agree with me, Fiona. Very few Sarah signature collections that don't work together. You know, no matter which one that you're trying to team up.
Absolutely. Take a look at that.
Beautiful.
For matting and layering. That beautiful precision, because you've got that die and then you've got the mat that you can cut over the edge as well. Look at that. That is stunning, is it not?
Really, really gorgeous.
Right, I'm going to turn that into something.
Awesome. Very busy on that big collection at the moment. Lots of you loving it, lots of you going for it. Remember, it's a quarter of the stock because it's gone. So many more of you watch these shows back after they've aired as well. I know a lot of you would already own this, but it is the best ever price if you've got it. So everyone that's at home saying, Joe, it's amazing, I love it, they loved it and still do love it and paid more for it. So you're going to get it for the lowest ever price, which is fantastic. That price, of course, gets even lower if you're a platinum member, £120 or $161.60, which is fantastic. Also, don't forget there's another great show coming up as well in about an hour and a half's time. It's all about Colour Me Happy, which is going to be fabulous. Myself and Fiona. And Fiona,
Yes.
we're talking, aren't we, all things aqua in that next show,
That's
which I'm
right.
hoping, and I'm hoping and praying, I'm guessing, of course
Yes.
it's Fiona. There's a lot of techniques I'm hoping in that next
Huge
show.
amount. Well, you've got my Desert Island product, which are the aquas in there. We've also got the tri-blend aquas, which are a new favourite. But so my Desert Island product and my new favourite in there, and we have got some of the most adorable stamps going. We've got Annabelle Spenceley, we have got Lee Holland in there as well, and I mean, who doesn't love a dragon?
Absolutely. And we've also got the new birthday ones, and we've got the hero stamps back on the show as well.
Oh, fantastic, I didn't know
and
that.
I can tell you, exclusive inside scoop, it is the first time we've had all four of the collections of the tricolour markers back in stock. All four of them are in stock, which means it's your first chance since they sold out on the launch show. So it's going to be a really exciting Colour Me Happy with myself and Fiona. And then, literally like buses, Fiona shows with you and I. We haven't had one for ages and three come along together at the same time. Tomorrow we're going to be back, aren't we, with ink pads, which will be fun. Yeah, we've got a masterclass, if you like. So if you've ever wondered about ink pads and how to get the best out of them, whether you're really, whether you need to be using your water reactive ones, whether you should be using your pigment ones, we've got both on the show. They're absolutely gorgeous. We're going to be playing with the Midas metallics as well, and we've got some embossing folders. Now, embossing folders are one of my favourite tools you can have. I mean, they are stunning. So we've got the latest release of embossing folders, and we've got a few of my favourites as well. So what we're going to be doing is showing you how you use embossing folders with your ink pads. We're going to be doing other things with the ink pads as well, but how you use them together to get your best. It's one of those shows that I absolutely adore to do. It has my name all over it. So if you have got questions, now, there you go, you're getting pre-warning. If you've got questions about ink pads, and you've got that burning question which has been sitting there and you've been thinking, I wish I knew if, or I wish I knew what, whatever it might be, you can email in, or you can start thinking about it now, have the email ready, and then when we go live at 1 o'clock tomorrow, I will have all your questions and I can hopefully answer a goodly few of them. Absolutely, so that would be awesome. There we go. I'm really excited, Fiona, because we haven't had the ink, well, as Leanne would say, ink pads have been like hen's teeth around here at the moment. They have been. Our ink pad supplier is across in the US, and there's been a whole host of different issues, of course, with everything that's been going on over the last year or so with supply chain, trying to get things, and we haven't had a lot of colours in for a very long time, so it's great that we have now been able to restock. So if you've been waiting for an awesome deal on ink pads, definitely tomorrow, that first show, 11 a.m. UK time, is going to be the show for you. And we have got some amazing colours in the ink pads back. I mean, like colours that I sat there and went, yes, good, fantastic. I'm definitely playing with that one then. But yeah, you're just going to have an amazing time. So if you want your gift box
to be a little bit special, and you don't necessarily want to use the colours and you're just getting the dyes from the collection, how special does that look? Mother's Day maybe, Father's Day,
Beautiful.
birthday, a present for a friend you're going to leave on the doorstep, whatever it might be.
Absolutely, and I think, so, you know, especially if you're making homemade things, whether it's, you know, cake or fudge or jewellery, or, you know, I really want to learn to make bath bombs is my new thing, Fiona.
Ooh.
Bath bombs and like, not moisturisers, but you know, like cosmetics. You can make like natural cosmetics, like face packs and things from things like fruit and natural things. And I don't know why, it's going to be one of my new things here this year. If the world ever gets back to normal again, I'm going to go on a course and learn how to do it.
Perfect.
So I have no idea where I was going with that. Yes, what I'm saying is, when you make these lovely homemade things, putting them in a homemade box really does up the ante, doesn't it? It makes it very, very professional. Now, I talk a lot about Club Inspire and Club Inspire discounts and where you are in the club. I know some of you, we have new viewers joining us every single day here on Crafters TV. If you are a new viewer, hello and welcome to you personally. But if you're new to us here and you're not familiar with the club, here is Sarah to take you through all of the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Absolutely do. Make sure you join the club because it is the best way to unlock the best discounts, best savings as well, which is of course always what we want you to have. Now I'm going to go through the smaller collections and also the larger collection, how you get your hands on this beautiful Rose Garden Sarah Signature collection. What we've got firstly for you is the paper pad collection. Now, what you've got in here is the vellum or the acetate, no, not acetate, parchment, that was the word I was looking for. What is the difference between, we did ask.
Vellum and parchment?
Yes.
Yeah. We did.
We did.
And we had an answer as well.
We did have an answer.
And I've been asleep since then, so I've got no idea. But I bet the person who answered it last time is sitting out there and is going to be kind enough to come and rescue us now.
I think, you know, off the top of my head, parchment might be an animal product and vellum is a recreation of it that is the same but doesn't have any animal products in it. I could be wrong. But I could be right. We'll take a chance. Who knows?
Sounds plausible to me.
Sounds plausible.
I'm happy to go with that if that's the idea.
If Fiona's happy to go with that, then I'll tell you what, why don't we just make it the Crafters TV truth from here on in. Now, what I've also got here is the paper pad. As you can see, we've got 48 pages in here. Adam just said to me he thought it was a parchment in a pear tree.
Yeah. Yeah, he had too much eggnog at Christmas. We think that's what it is.
He really did. 48 pages there in the paper pad as well. Really lovely, versatile imageries. Not only are you going to get the two 12 by 12s, you get exactly the same then as well in the 6 by 6s. So you're going to get the parchment, and you're also going to get the paper pad in the 6 by 6 sizes as well, which is brilliant. £45 or $66. We've got the metal die collection too. Lots in this one for you. We've got firstly the Rambling Rose, which is this one here, a really lovely big creator card die. You've got the Adorning Lace, 3 different dies in there, lots that you can do with those again, as we've been talking about through the show. The Climbing Rose is a wonderful sort of edgeable design, but very, very floral. We've got that rose corner in here for you. You're going to get the regal frames in there, as well as the traditional rose, which you can use, as we said, for flower forming foam, as well as other things too. So vellum or paper or cardstock, it's completely up to you. You've got the filigree foliage in there, as well as the fancy floribunda in there too. And
I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking today's show is brought to you by the letter F. Was what I was thinking, and it made me giggle. So there we go. Sorry, Joe, do continue.
I love it. You're keeping yourself entertained over there. I love it. Thinking of you, which now I've said it with an F, because thinking of you is the other die that you get in there as well. So that is your die collection, £65 at $87, which is brilliant. We also have a stamping and embossing collection for you too. Now in here what you're going to get is you're going to get the Happiness Bloom stamps, you're going to get that gorgeous layering rose stamp in there, as well as 2 awesome 3D effect embossing folders. This one here is your rose trellis, which is absolutely awesome. You can really see the depth and dimension that you're getting on there, and you're going to get the Grande lace as well. So they're the 3 smaller collections that you can go for. However, far and away the busiest is going for the whole collection, because you're going to get extra bits in there when you go for the whole collection. You're going to get firstly that wax seal kit that we showed you earlier. That is in there. You're also then going to get that gorgeous mix cardstock as well. You're going to get the flower forming foam in here, as well as the stamens and the wooden pieces as well, which is fantastic. I'll find it. It was one of them, isn't it? There's one. Can you tell we're in the new studio? It's only my second day. I have no idea where I'm looking at any point. I'll let you know. So you're going to get all of that in there as well. Honestly.
Yeah.
I made myself dizzy. All of that is at a fantastic price. And I've dropped my notes as well. All of that is at a fantastic price. The lowest priced ever that it's actually been, which is awesome. £150 becomes £120 if you're a platinum member, $202 or $161.60 as a platinum member. Just to give you an idea of how great that is as a saving, platinum members save £94.78 or $127.78, which is incredible. It's really awesome value. I think especially maybe if we were talking about it earlier, if you've got a few Christmas pennies maybe that you were looking to treat yourself with something in the new year, maybe this is going to be that collection. And the great thing about it is that it is a whole collection. This is the entire collection for you, and it's very rare that we get the chance to say that with the Sarah Signature collection that's launched previously. A lot of the time maybe we won't have a pad, or we won't have certain dies. Really lucky that we have managed to get it all in stock at the same time, considering how busy a collection this is also. I know you've got more still that you want to share with us,
Yes.
Fiona, as well.
Yes, indeed. Well, my aim was to use as much of that big collection as I possibly could. So we have used the Rambling, the rose, we've used the beautiful adorning laces, we've used that wonderful pluck, we've used vellums, we've used the paper and cards, we've used flower forming foam. We're now going to use that Rambling Rose creator card die. So this one is beautiful. This is one which cuts into, so if I hold that here, you will notice, if you have a look at this when you get it home, it doesn't have one consistent cutting edge all the way around it. So that is what gives you the clue that this is a cut-in die. But you know, to give you an outside edge which cuts a rectangle would be a bit daft, because even I can manage a rectangle on a good day with a guillotine. And that's exactly what I've done here. So I've just cut my rectangle slightly bigger. This is a 6x4 die, by the way. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tape this on and run it through. And I'm also going to be using the wooden frames in this collection as well, just to give you some ideas about how you can play with those too. So let's just
I guess those
through.
the wooden frames,
Yes.
I've got a board with them on actually down here. Let me just share them with you again. And I'm guessing we can paint these, we can colour these with markers and pens if we wanted to.
Yes, absolutely. I think you get 6 in there, so I think you've got
I've got one missing.
It's disappeared off.
One fallen off.
So you do get 6 in there. So the other corner looks like the 2 corners you've got there, so that's fine.
I reckon
So-
Debbie Robinson stole it, you know.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah,
Let's blame Debbie.
clearly. When is she back? She is
I
going
don't
to...
know. She's going to have my guts for garters when she is at this rate.
Now, look at how beautifully that has cut. Can you see, you can see all those grey lines? If you can, if I hold it up actually. Let me tip that forward. Can you see, you can see all, there you go.
Really
the lines.
gorgeous.
That is what shows you that has cut beautifully. But just to make my life easy, I am going to emboss it. And we don't actually do much embossing on the show, so it's a nice way to remind people. So when you're embossing a thin metal die, you leave your die in place, obviously, and you put your mat, your rubber mat, so that it's going to push the paper into the die. Now, the reason I say that is because if you try and do it the other way, and you try and use your rubber mat to push the metal into the paper, you will be there till next Christmas, and nothing will happen, because a rubber mat is floppy and a piece of metal is quite rigid. So if you try and push something rigid with the rubber mat which is floppy, it's not going to work.
No.
Which is why you're going to push the paper into the die.
Awesome. And what difference does that make when you emboss a die? Because it's not something we do an awful lot of, but it's, we talk about it being a really great feature, don't we, of a lot of our dies?
Yes. What it does is it just gives you a rounded edge. I'm going to see if I can show you. I bet you I embossed that other one as well, just to show you. So, 2 things. One, if you ever need to just cut, if maybe you're using a really tricky piece of substrate to cut with, this isn't it, by the way, this is cut beautifully. Sometimes embossing it, after the first cut, if a cut hasn't gone cleanly through, emboss it rather than cut it again, because that may be all it needs. You may not need to cut it a second time, so you emboss it first. Only then, if you're struggling with a die, should you then recut it. So it's cut. If you think you have an issue, emboss it, then have a look at it, and then if you really think it needs it, cut it again with your metal plate.
Okay.
You don't need to cut it twice. But you can see how beautifully ornate this is, and all I've done is, in fact, it cut beautifully. I've made myself an absolute snowstorm of little bits there, but look at that.
Beautiful.
I'm just trying to see if I've got something dark I can lay that against so you can see. Look at that. That is stunning, is it not?
Really, really gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see. I did say I'd try and show you. I'm not showing you that one because that will show you where I'm going without me. Aha,
Could we
here we
stick
go.
a few of these together and use them as a stencil if we wanted to?
Definitely. Now, I don't know whether you'll see the difference in those two, but this one here has not been embossed. This one here, I can feel with my fingers it has been embossed. It's just slightly rounded edges. I can feel it with my fingers. See, the edges on those are slightly rounded, but the difference is imperceptible, really.
Check out these new close-ups in this studio.
Aren't they stunning?
How
Aren't
amazing.
they stunning?
How amazing.
Yes.
Please don't get that close on me, is all especially not at the face. Tammy says, every time Fiona says Rambling Rose, the beginning of that song starts in my head, but only the beginning, because I only know it from an old commercial for songs. I don't know the song, do you, Fiona?
Yes, I do. But I only know the first two chords of it. Now look, can we go back to something I do know, which is colouring in wooden frames? Okay, so look at these frames. So I'm just taking my tri-blend, this is my dark tri-blend, and you don't need to prime these, but you can see all you need to do is just use your tri-blend pen to colour them whatever colour you fancy, whatever colour is going to work with your project. And that's lovely because it means